Hello.
Oh, Sharon, bright yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. Is it peaking?
Yes. No, it's good. It's not hitting yellow.
I burped a little. Oh, no, I said that really loud too.
I'm also gonna make sure that. Oh my god.
That's perfect. Welcome back to Bod BBQ. Today we're doing something a little different. There's no meat involved. We're gonna be cooking up some vegetables and they're incredible. I'm gonna make a basting sauce that we're gonna melt down on the grill, and then we're gonna get our vegetables and put them out there on the grill, get a nice sear on them, some grill marks on there, and then we're gonna baste them with that basting sauce and they're gonna be perfect. And then we're gonna make delicious sandwiches just like this, and they are to die for. Absolutely delicious. Stick around and see how we do it. It's super simple. You're gonna love it. Let's get to cooking these vegetables. As you can see, we have a pretty nice spread of our vegetables here. We have everything from zucchini. We decided just to go with the green ones instead of the yellow squash as well, because they just look nicer in the grocery store. We have a couple poblano peppers. We have a red pepper, just a red bell pepper. This looked like a nice one. And these exotic striped yellow, orange, red peppers. For some reason, they're more expensive. I just did it to look pretty. You can do orange, yellow, red peppers. I'm not a big fan of the green ones for this. They're just so strong in taste. A couple of big fat carrots here and some green onions. These are awesome when they're grilled, so I'm getting excited for it. We also have some red onions, and we're gonna cut these up here in a minute. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with my zucchini. Now, since we're grilling these, we're grilling at a high temperature. We don't want the little discs that you normally see when you're cooking down zucchini. We're gonna do these in planks. We are going to cut off the ends. Just cut off the rounded part, discard. And now we're gonna plank these out. You stay. So the easiest way to do this is get a flat edge, and now you have a stable edge that you can cut on. You can do both sides if you want to. So let's do that, just for the sake of consistency. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut these into planks. And I'm making them about 1/4 of an inch thick. Maybe this sort of thickness here. So as you can see, we have these planks now. Those are perfect. Let's set those aside. I'm gonna put these over here on my pan. All right, onto the carrot. Same exact process. My lovely daughter Isabella was nice enough to already go through and peel this for me. So I really appreciate that. That makes it so much easier. Now we can just concentrate on getting that flat surface. These carrots are good. I'm gonna set them aside. If you noticed, I cut those a little bit thinner than the zucchini. It's gonna take a little bit longer to cook those. Another thing that's gonna take a long time to cook is these onions. Onions are typically the first thing that you're gonna wanna put on the heat when you're cooking any type of vegetables, because onions have a long time to break down. I'm gonna take off the root side and the stem side. Now, a lot of people take off this first layer of paper and they leave it like that. But there's a secondary layer under here. It's kind of the first layer. I always take that one too, because it tends to be tough and it messes with the mouthfeel of whatever you're eating. So I'll take that whole first layer off. It's pretty thin, so you're not losing much of the onion, so you want it just to look like that when you're all done. This is gonna be super simple now. We're just going to cut these into wheels. Probably about somewhere around 1 centimeter thick, just under 1/2 inch. Something like this in consistency. All right, same thing with this one, about 1 centimeter thick. So you just want to make these discs. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and throw these on the tray. Green onions, this is super simple. The green onions are kind of a star of the show, and they're one of the most simple parts to do. Go ahead and cut off the little roots. All of our vegetables have already been washed. Make sure you do that ahead of time, please. You want to have these pretty even and get the dead ends off, so just go ahead and chop that. And last but not least, we have our peppers. There's a million ways to cut a pepper. My favorite way, just to get the pith and the seeds out, is I go right here down the side. Oh, look at that. We got a bonus pepper inside. Check that out.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Baby pepper inside. And then you can follow suit here. Cut it. You want to get rid of the seeds because they're bitter, and you want to get rid of this internal pith, this white part, because it's also bitter. So make sure you go in here and cut all that out. Get rid of the seeds. I take out this whole ridge in the middle. Now you can cut these down smaller if you'd like, if they're too unwieldy. Here's another way to cut a pepper. Stand it up on its end. This one's missing its stem, so you can actually stand it up on the stem and go ahead and come right down here. Same concept, just a different posture to it. And then again, get rid of your seeds and the pith. And our poblanos. Now these ones are a little bit different. I'm not going to be cutting them the same way. What I'm going to be doing here is cutting off the stem of each. And that way you can see inside. I come around, get rid of that. Now these don't typically have the large white piths. Once I have that done, I'll open it up. Now that we have our vegetables all nice and prepped. So right now I'm gonna be putting together a basting sauce that once we get out to the grill, we're going to heat up and we're going to drizzle this on the vegetables as they cook. So I'm starting out here with a ½ pound of butter. This is unsalted Kerrygold butter. I'm using the unsalted kind so I can add my seasonings to it the way I want. I don't want it overly salty, but I want to be able to get that butter on there. The other great thing about unsalted butter is it doesn't spoil as quickly as, say, salted butter does. So I have my microplane here. I'm gonna put a little bit of zest of a lemon in here, and then I'm gonna put the entire juice of this lemon in as well. So anyone that's never zested a lemon before, you wanna go use a microplane, which is what this is, and you only want to go down to the first layer. You don't want to go into the white pith or you're going to get bitterness. So just stay on the yellow stuff and you'll be good. Now there's multiple ways to use this. I'm obviously using this facing downward right now, but if you're doing it for something else and you need to measure out your zest, you can actually zest the lemon like this and pull the plane over the lemon. And you'll see you have a little bit more control this way. And you can see I'm not going into the white at all. I'm just sticking to the yellow top. That's good enough for this. I don't need too much zest in there. Let's go ahead and juice this. That's a sound. I also got this thyme. Now this is fresh thyme. I just sat here and pulled it off the stem. This is probably a little too much. Let's go ahead and put about, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon's worth in here. Just gonna cover the butter for now. And then we'll leave the rest if it's not quite enough, or if we want to garnish with a little bit of thyme afterwards. Now, if you want to see how to actually break down thyme, check out some of my other videos. I know in my prime rib video, I'll put a link to the prime rib video. I show how you strip the leaves off of thyme and then I chopped it up a little bit. I've got about 4 cloves of garlic here and I'm just going to crush them right on top. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Dijon mustard. I'm going to put maybe about a tablespoon on there. And last but not least, I'm going to put a little bit of kosher salt and ground black pepper in here. Got my ground black pepper. Just put a little bit on there. That's good. And then my kosher salt, just about a pinch, maybe a teaspoon or so, however much that is. And we'll check that once we get it basted. This is just the basting sauce. Okay, let's bring this and our vegetables out to the grill and we'll get these on the fire and I'll show you how to cook them. Let's go. Okay, so we're out here at our PK360. I do have some grill grates on because I want to get some...
The fuck?
I want to get some good grill marks on these vegetables. Let's get this broken down, and I just want it to where it just melts, and then I'm going to pull it off to the side. Let's let that go for a little bit. All right. We are getting to where we want to be. I'm starting to smell that. Now, whoa! Now, something you can do here, one more item you can add into this mix to get it really cooking is some anchovy paste. A lot of people don't like it. We couldn't find it at the grocery store, so we didn't get it, but it adds an umami flavor and it's just absolutely delicious in here. Not needed, but nice to have. You can see we have our thyme in here incorporating. We're getting our garlic cooked up and the Dijon is starting to get incorporated. Almost there. Getting some really good, consistent melting on this. So you don't want to heat this up too much. Butter burns. So as soon as you get to this stage right here, it's like perfect. It's a wonderful basting sauce right there. Be careful if you're using a cast iron pan like this because it retains all the heat. I'm going to use this glove to pull it off to the side. Now we're going to be putting our vegetables onto the grill without basting them yet. Actually, let me put the onions in the middle. And like I said earlier, I'm going onion first. Onions take a long time to cook, so I'm doing these babies first. And we're probably going to have to do these in shifts. I see a lot of vegetables and not a lot of room on here, so the next thing I'm putting on is these carrots, the planks, and just wherever you can fit them, throw them in there. Let's get these peppers going next. These are going to take a while. We're going to try and get some char on here. And this is cranked wide open. We're trying to get a lot of nice heat going through here. All right, I'm going to cover this up and let these cook for a minute. All right, so these have been going just a couple of minutes. Let's take a look and see if we've got any char on these. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. We don't want them totally black. So you can see we're getting some char on here. It's not crazy, but it's kind of perfect. Yeah.
That looks good.
Now you need to be a little careful with these onions. You don't want them coming apart. Not right now. This is when you want to keep them all still together, just so you can get these nice char marks. Charmanders. That's the second Charmander reference on this channel.
Shout out to Jake.
Yeah, shout out to Joey, my little cooking buddy. And let's see over here. That's nice. Bosh. Hell yeah. These could use a little more char, but that's okay. I want to start getting the basting sauce on here. Now we go to our basting sauce. And I'm just drizzling it over everything. You're going to get a lot of flare up here. Should have started in the back, actually. And this is going to make these vegetables stand apart from everything else. Go ahead and hit each one with a nice baste and do it quickly because you're going to get flare-ups. I'm using these grill grates so the flare-ups aren't quite as bad. If I was doing this right over the exposed coals, we would have a giant flame going on right now. Oh man, how's it smell?
It smells heavenly.
Looking good? Let's keep it going. Oh, hell yeah. We're gonna give them one flip ski and baste the other side, then these are coming off because these are just about done and we're on to round 2. Oh, no. You see why I said be careful with these onions. So the only reason I'm turning these back over, because they're for the most part done, is just to baste this side, give them 1 or 2 minutes, and then be done with it. If this starts congealing again, you can always go ahead and heat it back up. Okay. All right, so we have given this just a couple more minutes, and these are looking amazing and delicious. Getting these carrots off. Oh man, that's crazy. These peppers are looking dope. Onions, probably my favorite part of this whole spread, these red onions. And that little bit of char on there, oh man, unreal. So a little bonus here, I got some portobello mushrooms, the smaller portobellos, and we're gonna cook these up as well. How cool is that? And I love some mushrooms. Let's get the rest of these on as well. Zucchini planks. We're gonna kind of rinse and repeat like we did earlier. See if we can sneak these in. These poblanos, wait till you taste those. Unreal. Now the reason I'm doing these mushrooms in the pan, they're just a little bit unwieldy and they tend to get really, there's a lot of moisture in them and all that kind of stuff, so they slip around, slide around. This is just so much easier to control them this way. So let's get those going just for a minute. I want to get a little of this basting sauce onto these shroomy shrooms. Not too much, just enough, because these will release their own moisture. I'm telling you, this basting sauce makes all the difference. Isn't that right, Garrett?
Oh yeah.
We're getting there. I'm gonna do the first flip on these already because I want to get the basting sauce on it. I don't want to overdo the zucchini. The zucchini can get kind of slippery and moist. Damn it, sorry. Too wet and too slippery if you let it get too cooked. Hell yeah. And I wasn't planning on the mushrooms, so they're taking up a lot of our precious real estate. Just a lovely brushing sauce. By the way, these ThermoWorks brushes are unbelievable. They can retain a lot of whatever you're brushing, and they're just very even. They're somewhere in between a brush and a mop. They're just so good. These mushrooms look like they're getting cooked down a bit. Awesome. And for the mushrooms, I'm just gonna give them a touch of oil. How's that looking? All right, let's take a look. I think it's time to get these shroomies off of here. Oh man, they're looking good. Maybe another minute on those actually. They're looking really good though. See, I've never been a huge fan of when the mushrooms release their water, that it kind of sits in there, unless you're doing like a marsala or something like that. In this case, where it's gonna be just another vegetable that we're utilizing, I want that liquid to go away. So we have it draining down into the grill, and that's kind of perfect for me. This is awesome. Let me check the consistency on this. It is piping hot. That is all right.
That is a look of approval, ladies.
Perfect. Okay. Finish these up. I'm flipping them one last time. And we're getting right down to the end of it here. Let's get these flipped. You know these zucchinis are gonna be badass. And of course, make sure if you're cooking this for others that you ensure nobody's allergic to anything like the mushrooms or whatever. As you can see, we put our green onions here into the pan. Because these cook so quickly, I'm basting these ahead of time. Let's get these on. No, man down. Axel, no. All right, last of the basting sauce going on. Oh, it's gonna be the perfect amount. Look at that. I can't overstate how much of a difference this sauce makes, this basting sauce, brushing sauce, whatever you want to call it. It just makes such a huge difference. Let's let that cook for about 1 more minute, and we're gonna pull this off, and we're gonna bring it in, make some sandwiches. Looking good. Hell yeah, that's what we wanna see. A little bit of char on there. These are done. I'm taking off the peppers, and these are coming off. And last but not least, all right, let's go make some sandwiches. So these vegetables look and smell incredible. As soon as I brought them in here, I put a little bit of kosher salt, sprinkled very lightly on top with a little bit of ground black pepper, ground onto it just to give it that extra little pop of flavor. Now we're gonna be assembling these sandwiches, and I couldn't be more excited because I am starving. So we have a little cheese spread here. This is just a, you can use goat cheese, any type of soft cheese. This is like a, I think it's called a boursin or something like that, but this is a garlic herb one. You can make your own. This one we got, and it's just got some good herbs in it. I'm gonna spread this on the bottom here. Hell yeah. And that's gonna be our base. And this is just gonna be that solid base for all those veggies. It's gonna taste delicious. Let's get some veggies on here. Anything you don't like out of here?
Onions.
You don't like, oh, that's the best part. Then I will steal the delicious onions for me. And these can be cut if we want them to. So you just wanna layer up these vegetables however you want. Put them on nice and thick. Look at that. Lincoln logs.
Mm.
I'm gonna put a little bit of mushrooms on mine. Do you want any mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A little bit.
A little bit. Let's do it. Boink. How's that?
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's do a little bit more, because these should be big sandwiches. Let's just do these on here. Boop. Boop. Boink. Boink. No! Yes. Okay, that one is yours. Boink. And a couple of these babies. Good. Oh, we totally should have bought more green onion. That was not enough. It's okay. The moment of truth is upon us. We didn't do the asparagus. Look at that. You want to take a bite? Yeah, we should have put asparagus in this. We bought it. We just didn't put it in. Maybe tomorrow I'll grill those up. Oh man. The cheese is perfect on there. That butter baste with all of the garlic and lemon and all that is perfect for these vegetables. You have to try this out. These are incredible sandwiches. Yeah, this is absolutely delicious. I don't miss the meat at all. If I have any friends or anyone coming to the house that doesn't eat meat, this is something that I can make them, and I think that they would be absolutely overjoyed in eating this. It's delicious. You definitely have to try this out. So we really appreciate that you click on our videos and you watch them all the way through. It's absolutely awesome. I'm glad we're back. We're in our new space. We're super excited about it. So be on the lookout for more Dad Bod barbecue videos, and they'll be coming at you soon. So thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later. Try it out.